name's Kyla. I'm the violinist and backing singer in Freshlyground.
Peter Cohen, play drums for Freshlyground.
I don't think there's any one particular inspiration behind our new album in terms of a theme, except that at the end of 2011 we had been together 10 years. We did a big national tour around South Africa. And as wonderful it was to reflect on the 10 years we'd been together and the 4 albums that we'd done, we felt that we needed a change. We needed to inject some new energy into ourselves, into the band, into the music, if we were going to keep going. We felt that we needed to rethink the model and look at different ways of reaching our audience, which has become, over the last 10 years, not only a local South African audience, but a worldwide audience.
It's what we had to say now as opposed to what we had to say 5 years ago or 3 years ago. We did work a little bit differently. We kind of broke up into small groups and wrote more separately on this album, and then kind of put all those ideas together, and Take Me to the Dance is the result of that.
It's been a great journey and ride the last 11, 12 years of Freshlyground. The things we've done, the many places we've been all around the world, the success we've had. It's not always as it seems. You know, we may be the most successful South African band in the minds of many South Africans, but it's still, you know, we still have to work hard, and we still have to work hard every day, and we still have to think of new ways to reach an audience. I think we have to work just as hard as a band that's starting out, in a sense. You know, the work, it never really gets less.
It's exciting, the music business. It's very different from what it was even 10 years ago. It's very much easier to make a recording. It's very much easier to get people to hear your stuff in terms of the internet. But at the end of the day, you still have to have something that people want, and there's no way of knowing how to do that. There's no way of a shortcut to actually understanding what people like and what people want. And that's the hard part of the industry. That'll never really change.
I think the main foundation of our success is that we work very hard, and we have done from day one, and we take it very seriously, you know, and we treat it not only as musicians and as an artistic and creative pursuit, but also as a business and a way that we can earn a living. I want to say that we are quite humble. I don't think we've let the little amount of success that we have achieved get to us. You know, it's the same thing of growing and building, and I think that's very important to us, and I think that keeps us grounded in the realities. And that's important, to stay together. No one's ego gets in the way of the greater whole.
There's a lot of respect, and the fact that we've also been able to succeed and make a living out of it is a large part of why we're still together. But I think the main reason is that we get on and we enjoy playing together, and we enjoy what we do, and I think that's the main reason for our success.
I don't feel like I'm particularly like a celebrity or in the limelight, and certainly not like, for example, Zolani, our singer, is, you know, she's way more someone in the limelight, someone that's very much recognized. So for me, it's, you know, it doesn't really affect me that much. As a violinist, I've always been more interested in alternative uses of the violin. So it is something that my ears are always a little bit, you know, attuned to, pricked up for, is someone who's doing something differently with the instrument. And I, in the kind of 12 years that I've been in a band playing the violin, I notice that there are more and more people using violin in modern day pop bands, I guess, rock bands, whatever, you know, mainstream music. Maybe it's just that I'm more aware of it, but definitely it's, I think being an instrumentalist of any kind, being a creative of any kind, is a challenge. You want to challenge yourself all the time. You want to grow, you want to change, you want to develop, and that is your life's work.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be a part of Freshlyground. It's been a very exciting career, and we've been very lucky that I guess, made a living out of music and traveled the world and brought a lot of people together in South Africa and other places. I think, yeah, it's a privilege and an honor.
I was young when I started this, and I'm 31 this year. So basically the whole of my 20s have been this lifestyle, this on-the-road lifestyle. And I do feel myself, you know, now that I'm entering my 30s, a part of me does wish for a little bit more stability in life. But I don't think it's something that I necessarily needed in my 20s. But it can be hard. It can be hard not having routine, not always being able to form long-lasting relationships with people because you're coming and going. I haven't lived at home or in the city I'm from, Johannesburg, since I was 18. So, you know, that's a different thing. And I think, you know, as you grow, you form your own families. But I believe that that's something that's still coming for me.
As singer-songwriters, I've always loved Stevie Wonder, Bob Marley. As drummers, there's a guy called Steve Jordan that I really love, who produced John Mayer's album Continuum and has played with many different artists as well. Yeah, I guess The Police, summer band that I loved. I love good singer-songwriters. So, yeah, Stevie and Bob will always rule for me.
I have a lot of musical heroes, I suppose. Someone like Fela Kuti in Africa, for me, he was just a real renegade. You know, I love renegades. He was someone who just did his own thing, developed his own style, like just was a complete creative entity and musical force unto himself. So he's a hero. Someone like Joni Mitchell, who I grew up listening to through my parents, is a musical hero because I think, you know, not only is she a great musician and a great singer, she's a real artist and poet, and she always worked with great musicians. I love her lyrics. She's lasted decades. There are a few.
Stick with what you're doing and work hard at it and believe in yourself is my best advice, you know. But I think a story always comes to mind. The guy's walking down Fifth Avenue and he says to someone, "Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to Carnegie Hall?" And the guy says, "Practice, man, practice." So, yeah, just work hard at it and you will get results.
Number one would be to stay focused on the thing that you want and to believe that with enough hard work you can get that thing that you want, and that you should be true to yourself and true to your voice. And I think everyone has a thing that makes them special, you know, even if it's small, but you can develop that little thing into something big that people will notice because it's you. And I think that's the most important thing about being someone in the creative field, is to speak from the heart and speak to the thing that is truly yours and not try and be like anybody else.